Wow, it feels like everyone's coding live now, from Twitch to YouTube to posting the things they're working on places like Twitter and even LinkedIn. Feels like everyone's building in public and they really like doing it live. Where did this come from? What's going on? And what led to people like Primogen and myself blowing up on Twitch? Let's talk about it. I think I'm a little bit uniquely qualified to talk about this here because I am a big nerd about both Twitch and software engineering. I also worked at Twitch as a software engineer for almost 5 years. So I got to watch this all happen. When I originally joined Twitch, anything that wasn't gaming was against the rules. I know creators who between games of League of Legends would do a dance when they won that got called by their partner managers and told, hey, you need to stop doing that dancing between games or we're going to ban you. We're not a dancing site, we're a gaming site. And as such, code streams got treated the same way. I know this because I was actually doing a code stream on a different channel I lost access to all the way back in 2012. And when I did that, it was a game stream because I was coding a game, so I just barely skirted the lines. By the time I had joined Twitch, they were introducing the creative team, which was the team whose job was making non-gaming happen on Twitch. And I got to write the code for the Bob Ross Marathon, which was the first major non-gaming content on Twitch, where Twitch bought the rights to Bob Ross and just played through the whole show. Great time, great experience, and we normalized the idea of things that aren't video games on Twitch. Around the same time, we started to see some people popping up in the science and technology category. In particular, Jason Langsdorff started doing a lot of code and code interview stuff on Twitch. It was really cool to see, but it was a small community. Like 50 viewers was a big day. But over time, as more and more people who grew up on Twitch started getting into software, because there's a pretty direct link between people who love games enough to watch Twitch a ton and people who love games enough to go into technology and software and building things. That overlap resulted in a lot of Twitch users, both viewers and streamers, also getting into software engineering. And it's a big part of where people like Prime and myself came from. We loved games, we loved Twitch, we loved content, and we just happened to love software as well. So when I watched Jason's streams, I saw so much potential and opportunity to make great content that was very technical, very senior, very valuable, but in the places that I'm not used to seeing technical content. Because up until that point, to me, technical content meant a 2-hour tech talk with awful audio in the recording or blog posts. This new idea of video content that I could interact with the creator as they were creating was so new and compelling and exciting that I quickly fell in love. I would pop into code streams all the time to see who was working on what, and I'd see my little wrench pop up in chat and get to be all hyped on it. That was a magical thing, but it didn't get very far. There was a lot of people working to make this happen, though. I would say the biggest, obviously, is Primogen, who, despite not even having a category, being forced to stream in science and technology, was able to build up a strong audience over time. But here's where the real magic came in. The cross-pollination between Twitch and YouTube. Once the meta of Twitch shifted in the direction of not just being live 24/7, constantly streaming, rather the ability to build a bigger audience when you're not even online, where you can go to bed and people are still watching your stuff. Twitch didn't have that, and software kind of needed that. There's a level of on-demand control that most developers expect when they're consuming content that a live platform like Twitch didn't provide, as well as not having a category, making it really hard to even find the streams where people were doing code in the first place. With YouTube and TikTok, streamers like Primogen and myself, and obviously Jason as well, we were able to take the content we were doing live and show it to people in other places, building up awareness of live code existing in the first place. YouTube and TikTok ended up being very strong arms in us convincing others about what we were doing and proving to the world that not only does Twitch code exist, but people who know what they're doing are doing it. And it's a fun place to hang out, build cool stuff, and learn. And I really want to credit Prime for the effort here. I truly think he was the one to bridge the gap more than anybody in proving that you can make compelling content live and also share pieces of it and build great videos too, and just building up the awareness. And as we can see in this wonderful blog post on the Twitch developer forum, Twitch realized that this category was growing fast and wasn't being well served at all. Because we were growing out of the category, it stopped making sense for Prime to be competing with earthquake watchers and chicken farms, and it was clear we needed our own category. I truly think this category was when we really started to see the move towards live coding and code streaming. Once there was a place for us to go, a button you could click on the Twitch site to see all of the programmers who are currently live, a community started to form. Suddenly, we started seeing overlap. And as all of our audiences started to merge, we started to see the whole thing explode. More than anything, I do truly believe the visibility that TikTok and YouTube and Twitter gave us, combined with the incredibly hard work of the original streamers who weren't getting recognized, weren't getting discovered on Twitch, and forced discovery by going other places. They made the category big enough that we got a label and we got a category on Twitch. And once we had that, the rest just makes sense. I really want to shout out both Jason and Prime for starting the first and second generations of programming content on Twitch and really making all of this possible. I know that my channel would not exist, and the success I'm having now would never have been possible if it wasn't for the work they did. I'm standing on the shoulders of giants, and if you take anything from this video, it should be how much I appreciate their work. This was a fun rant. I have no idea which channel I'm putting this on yet, so where it ends up is where it ends up. Appreciate each and every one of you. YouTube seems to think you're going to like this video. I don't know what it is, but should be a good one. They're usually pretty good with their recommendations. I wouldn't be here otherwise. Thank you as always. Peace, nerds.